Hello, my dear. Let me tell y'all something. These people thought they knew you. They thought you were soft. They thought you were forgiving. They thought you were predictable. They thought they could play in your face, disrespect you, sabotage you, and still walk around like nothing was gonna happen. They thought you were the type to cry in a corner, break down, beg, fold. They thought you'd stay small, stay nice, stay quiet. They thought wrong. They made you an enemy, thinking you were the easy one, thinking you were the harmless one, thinking you were the one they could poke and poke and poke with no consequences. Child, they created a monster in their own damn imagination, because what they seeing now, this version of you, this side of you, this don't give a fuck version of you, this I'm on your ass until the end version of you. They never prepared for this. They weren't ready. They didn't see it coming. And now they scared because you're not playing with them. You're not sparing feelings. You're not giving warnings. You're not negotiating. You're not praying for them. You're not begging for peace. You're not trying to fix anything. You standing on everything you said and everything you felt. And the crazy part, you're not even angry. That's what really got them scared. You calm, you detached, you done. And that scares people more than yelling ever could. Because when a chosen one goes quiet inside, when our heart shuts off, when empathy shuts down, when spirit pulls us back and ancestors step forward, yeah, it's over for whoever crossed that line. And they crossed it. Y'all, I'm picking up heavy on people sitting somewhere right now, staring at walls, replaying moments, replaying conversations, replaying decisions, realizing they should have never made you a target. They should have never made you an enemy. They should have never started that war. They underestimated you so bad, it's embarrassing. They thought you were playing. They thought spirit was playing. They thought your protection was a joke. They thought your intuition was a joke. They thought your connection to the divine was exaggerated. They thought you were bluffing. Now they see you weren't bluffing. You were warning them. They didn't listen. Now listen. Y'all ancestors on some different type of timing. Right now, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not being polite. I'm not watering it down. Your ancestors are brutal right now. They stepping on necks. They yanking people's masks off. They exposing folks. They dismantling cliques. They tearing down fake alliances. They ending friendships. They messing with health. They messing with finances. They messing with stability. They messing with confidence. They messing with sleep. These people created the war, but forgot they created it with someone who don't lose wars. You built for this. You crafted for this. You born for this. And they wasn't. Spirit showing me so much right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me tap in real quick because it's like the message is coming too fast. I'm hearing they shocked. They didn't think you had another side. They didn't think you had a dark mode. They didn't think you had another layer to your personality. They thought you were one-dimensional. They thought you were predictable. They thought they could read you, study you, manipulate you. They thought you were simple. Meanwhile, you've been 50 steps ahead the whole damn time. And now they confused. They like, who the hell is this person? Baby, this you. This the version of you that only comes out when your spirit says enough is enough, and you've had enough. Y'all, they shook because they seeing someone who don't care about consequences. They seeing someone who don't care about their feelings. They seeing someone who don't care about their gossip. They seeing someone who don't care about their opinions. They seeing someone who don't care about their tears. You're done caring. And when a chosen one stops caring, That's the end of the story. You don't come back from that. Hold on, y'all. I'm picking up some karmic energy, watching you heavy. Watching every move, watching every post, watching every breath. And they mad as hell. Mad at themselves. Mad at you. Mad at God. Mad at life. Mad at the outcome. Mad that you're still standing. Mad that you leveled up instead of breaking down. Mad because they thought you were a toy. And now they learning you the whole damn threat. They learning the hard way. And let me say this, because Spirit is making me say it. These people want you to feel sorry for them. They want empathy. They want sympathy. They want compassion. They want you to soften up. They want you to go easy. They want you to pray for them. They want you to care about their downfall. Baby, no, absolutely not. They created this. They fed this. They invested in this. They summoned this version of you. They poked the bear. They rattled the cage. They awakened the warrior inside you. Now they want mercy? Hell no. You not giving it. Spirit not giving it. Ancestors not giving it. This version of you, the one they seeing now, this the version that's been sleeping, the one that only comes out when your lineage is threatened, this the version that don't play, this the version that don't negotiate, this the version your ancestors built through generations of pain and strength, this the version that carries spiritual rank, this the version that picks up the sword when Spirit says it's time. And it's time. Y'all, I gotta pull some energy. Hold on, I got the cards right here. Because baby, this energy is heavy. Let me see what Spirit wants to say. Let me pull one real quick. The first card popping out is the Tower. I can't make this shit up. The Tower. Exactly. Everything collapsing around them. Everything falling apart. Everything they built on lies. All collapsing. This is why they scared. This is why they panicking. This is why they watching you from fake pages. This is why they whispering. This is why they looking drained. Their fake confidence collapsing. Their fake stability collapsing. Their relationships collapsing. Their alliances collapsing. Tower after tower after tower. They triggered a spiritual demolition by messing with you. Hold on, y'all. Another card just fell out. The King of Wands in reverse. This is somebody with ego. Somebody who thought they had control. Somebody who thought they had influence. Somebody who thought they had power over you. Somebody who thought they could manipulate, strategize, get ahead of you, baby. They got humbled. Their ego getting dragged right now. Their mask is cracking. Their leadership fake. Their influence fake. Their confidence fake. And karma exposing all of it. I'm hearing they thought they broke you, but they activated you. Yup. They activated a version of you they not prepared for. And they're choking on it. Y'all, I don't know who need to hear this, but Spirit telling me to say it exactly like this. It's up until they done. Meaning, you not letting up, you not easing up, you not slowing down, you not taking your foot off their necks. Not because you're evil, not because you're petty, but because your ancestors said this cycle must finish. This lesson must finish. This war must finish. They started it, you finishing it. A lot of you been feeling a shift inside you. Like your patience gone, your tolerance gone, your softness gone, your sensitivity gone. Spirit hardened you for a reason, not to make you cruel, but to make you unstoppable, to make you clear, to make you direct, to make you untouchable. You're not cruel, you're just done. And baby, they scared because they never seen you like this. They never seen this version of you. They never seen how cold you can get when pushed. They never seen how focused you become when disrespected. They never seen how ancestors line up behind you when someone crosses a boundary. They never seen the spiritual weight you carry. They never seen your authority. They never seen your war mode. They seeing it now. And the crazy part is, they wish they could unsee it. They wish they could go back in time and undo every move they made that woke this side of you up. They wish they never said your name. They wish they never mentioned you in those rooms. They wish they never plotted, never lied, never played in your face. But baby, once the door to your war mode opens, it don't close until Spirit says it's done. And Spirit ain't done. Not yet. Let me tell you all something real quick, because I'm picking this up heavy. These people really thought you were a toy. They thought you were something soft they could kick around when they got bored. They thought you were disposable, replaceable, easy to break, easy to manipulate, easy to silence. But now they're waking up in the middle of the night with that heavy feeling in their chest because reality hitting them harder than any karma ever could. They don't understand how they went from feeling superior to feeling stupid in a matter of months. They don't understand how the tables turned so fast. They don't understand how you're the one in power and they're the ones crawling. They don't understand because they never believed in spiritual consequences. They never believed in higher protection. They never believed in your spiritual rank. They underestimated you to a level that should honestly be illegal. And now they're drowning in the outcome. Hold on, y'all. I'm picking up a specific message. There's somebody, could be a friend, ex, co-worker, relative, that swore up and down you were weak, swore you were done, swore they broke you, swore they took something from you you could never get back. And Spirit is showing me this person sitting in regret so deep, it's eating them alive. They don't know what to do because your comeback wasn't normal. Your comeback wasn't regular. Your comeback wasn't the kind humans pull off. You didn't just bounce back. You resurrected. You transformed. You rose from everything they buried you under. And that's what's making them panic. Because how the hell do you destroy someone who comes back stronger every time you hit them? You can't. And that's the point. You can't destroy someone who's spiritually engineered for warfare. You can't destroy someone who's built to survive things others would collapse under. You can't destroy someone who has thousands of ancestors standing shoulder to shoulder behind them. These people went to war with one body, one ego, one mouth. You went to war with a whole bloodline behind you. That's why they lost before the war even started. And baby, what's really shaking them up is the fact that you're not even trying. You're not doing anything extra. You're not clapping back. You're not arguing. You're not chasing validation. You're not explaining anything. You're not defending yourself. You're just existing. And your existence alone is enough to dismantle people who tried to break you. They don't understand how your calm destroys them harder than rage ever could. They don't understand how your stillness is more dangerous than your reaction. They don't understand how your silence is louder than their gossip. They don't understand that when a chosen one goes quiet, the ancestors start speaking louder. Hold on, y'all. Let me tap in because Spirit's showing me more faces. I'm seeing people you don't even think about anymore. People who don't cross your mind for a second. They're watching you heavy. They're studying you. They're confused. They're whispering behind closed doors, trying to figure out how they became the target of their own actions. They're coming up with excuses, rewriting stories, blaming each other, blaming you, blaming life. Everybody pointing fingers, everybody in panic mode, everybody realizing the same thing at once. You were the wrong one to wage war on. You were the person they should have never crossed. You were the biggest mistake they ever made. And here's the part that's driving them crazy. You haven't even retaliated. You haven't lifted a finger. You haven't plotted. You haven't attacked. You haven't done anything. But your ancestors, baby, they're busy, very busy, and they're not playing. They're not letting anything slide. They're not letting any disrespect go unpunished. And Spirit wants me to say this exact phrase. This is divine retaliation, not human payback. Meaning, you didn't do anything. You didn't have to. God and your ancestors did it for you. A lot of y'all been wondering why certain people suddenly losing friends, losing money, losing health, losing peace, losing opportunities, losing support. It's not random. It's not coincidence. It's not accident. It's divine balance. Spirit said, you touched the wrong one. And once Spirit says that, it's over. There's no undoing it, no apologizing through it, no praying out of it. These people are learning the hard way. Let me pull some energy real quick because the cards are calling me. They loud as hell right now. Hold on. First card that flew out is the 5 of Cups, regret. Deep regret, heavy regret. Crying over everything they lost, crying over everything they messed up, crying over choices they made when they thought they were untouchable. They grieving the relationship, grieving the friendship, grieving the access, grieving the power they thought they had over you. Some of them grieving the version of you they took advantage of, because that version is gone for good. Next card flying out. The Devil in reverse. Baby, this is powerful. This is showing me all the dark influence they tried to use, all the manipulation, all the spiritual attacks, all the gossip, all the smear campaigns, all the jealousy. It's broken. It backfired. Everything they projected fell back onto them. They chained themselves, trying to chain you. They cursed themselves, trying to curse you. They sabotaged themselves, trying to sabotage you. That's why they collapsing. That's why they scared. That's why they panicking like this. Next card, the Empress. That's you. Abundant, protected, elevated, glowing, growing. Sitting on your throne while chaos erupts everywhere behind you. You don't chase. You attract. You don't beg. You command. You don't react. You rise. And that's why this karma hitting them so clean. Because you're not operating from darkness, you're operating from alignment. Hold on, y'all. Another message coming through. Heavy. Some people expected you to retaliate. They expected you to fight back in a messy way. They expected you to go low. They expected you to throw dirt. They expected you to expose them. They expected you to snap. They expected you to lose control. But you didn't. And that scared them more than anything you could have said or done. Because your restraint is proof of your power. Your calm is proof of your rank. Your lack of reaction is the ultimate threat because it means you're not fighting them. Spirit is. There's someone in particular who cannot sleep. I'm seeing insomnia. I'm seeing nightmares. I'm seeing anxiety. I'm seeing someone avoiding mirrors because they don't like the reflection of who they became. Someone who used to talk the most is now quiet. Someone who used to brag is now humbled. Someone who used to smile in your face while plotting behind your back is now terrified you know everything. Someone who thought they beat you is now realizing they beat themselves. And let me say this because Spirit pushing this through my mouth. They triggered their own downfall trying to trigger yours. They activated your spiritual protection by messing with you. They awakened ancestral forces that were dormant. Your ancestors don't move unless they're called. These people called them by crossing the line. They opened a portal they cannot close. They unleashed a version of you they never seen. And now everyone connected to them, feeling the consequences. Some of y'all seeing entire groups crumble, entire friendships fall apart, entire households turn against each other, entire cliques fall out. Because the war they started didn't just target you, it targeted your lineage. And your lineage fights back smarter, harder, and with precision. Some of y'all been feeling a strong pressure in your chest, in your head, in your intuition. That's not anxiety. That's not worry. That's awareness. Spirit been showing you what's happening behind the scenes. Spirit been showing you the crumble. Spirit been showing you who's scared. Spirit been showing you who's watching. Spirit been showing you who's lying. You've been receiving downloads, visions, dreams because you're tapped into a higher channel they can't access. Listen, Spirit wants me to say this clear. You aren't cruel, you're protected. That's the difference. These people calling you cold because your heart finally closed to people who abused it. They calling you evil because you stopped carrying their burdens. They calling you heartless because you stopped being their emotional punching bag. They calling you dangerous because you stopped accepting disrespect. They calling you changed because they can't control you anymore. They not scared of you. They scared of losing access to you, but the access been gone. The bridge been burned. The connection been dead. They mourning something that's gone forever. The old you not coming back, ever. Somebody in your past is literally walking around looking haunted. They can't eat, can't sleep, can't focus. Because karma hitting every corner of their life. And the more you glow, the harder their life gets. That's not petty, that's alignment. That's divine justice. Every time you elevate, they descend. Every time you rise, they crumble. Every time you grow, they shrink. Not because you did anything, but because they planted that seed when they chose to make you an enemy spirit, showing me someone trying to reverse their actions, trying to undo what they said, trying to rewrite history, trying to clean their name, trying to hide what they did. But baby, it's too late. Spirit saw everything. Ancestors saw everything. The universe saw everything. Nothing hidden stays hidden forever. And the truth is, crawling out of the ground, whether they like it or not. These people can feel the walls closing in on their fabricated stories. Every excuse they rehearsed is falling apart. They kept trying to twist the narrative, but their own behavior keeps exposing them louder than anything you could ever say. Their attempts to hide the mess only spotlight how deep the mess goes. What's really breaking them down is how obvious everything looks in hindsight. All the petty digs, the sideways comments, the calculated jokes, the sudden distance. Every move they made makes sense now, and none of it paints them in a flattering light. They counted on you staying confused. They needed you to stay naive. They depended on you giving them the benefit of the doubt forever. But that door closed the moment you started paying attention to the inconsistencies. You're not reacting to them anymore. And that shift is ripping holes in their ego. They were used to having your focus. They were used to knowing you cared. They were used to seeing you emotionally available even when they didn't deserve it. Now you walk past their name like it carries no weight, and that unfamiliar coldness is piercing. They don't know how to handle a version of you that doesn't flinch. This is the part where they start projecting desperation in strange ways. You'll see them hovering around conversations related to you, pretending not to listen while hanging on to every word. You'll feel them checking your posts, waiting for something they can interpret as softness. You'll catch the shift in their eyes when they realize you're truly done. That's the moment their stomach drops. Your pullback created a vacuum in their world. They never expected that silence could have so much force. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of detachment. The kind that signals you're finished giving energy to anything that once drained you. They didn't think you had that level of restraint. They underestimated your threshold for nonsense. Now that you've walked away, the foundation of their confidence is shaking. What makes this downfall hit even harder for them is the timing. Everything is collapsing right when your life is heating up. Doors opening for you. Opportunities showing up. People respecting you. Paths clearing. While on their side, things feel unstable. The people they relied on aren't backing them in the same way. The jokes aren't landing. The audience isn't cheering. The influence they thought they had feels smaller. They aren't worried about karma. They're worried about getting exposed by the results of their own behavior. You didn't say a word, yet they're panicking like you released a documentary on them. That panic alone shows how dirty they treated you. Innocent people don't scramble when the truth comes out. Guilty ones do. Someone specific is spiraling harder than the rest. They're pacing in their head. Every scenario they thought they controlled is slipping through their fingers. They replay arguments, decisions, smug moments where they thought they won. None of that confidence is left. They're trying to find a version of themselves that doesn't look pathetic in this situation. But they can't. Every angle makes them look worse. The situation wouldn't be this heavy if it was just jealousy. But there's something deeper. They realized too late that the person they tried to destroy is the same person they needed, not for validation, not for status, but because you carried something they couldn't replace: presence, integrity, strength, emotional intelligence. Whatever it was, they mishandled it, and now that absence is echoing in places they didn't know could feel empty. Your evolution wasn't supposed to happen without them. In their mind, you were meant to stay small enough for them to feel superior. Watching you rise is forcing them to confront insecurities they buried. It's not just that you improved, it's that your improvement proves they were wrong. And being wrong threatens their entire identity. Now they're looking over their shoulder because they can't predict what the future holds with you no longer under their thumb. They don't know if the truth will spread. They don't know who noticed. They don't know who saw through their behavior. That uncertainty is haunting them. They're terrified of exposure, not from your mouth, but from the ripple effect of consequences. You standing in your strength has a direct impact on their comfort. Every step you take forward pulls another layer off their mask. Every win you experience forces them to answer questions they don't want to face. People around them are noticing the difference between the person they pretended to be and the person they truly are. Their biggest fear right now isn't losing you. It's losing the image they built using you. Once you withdrew, that image cracked. Without you softening the edges, the real them is too sharp, too bitter, too transparent. People are starting to question how they ever managed to fool anyone. This is the irony they can't escape. You didn't try to punish them. You simply outgrew the space where they once held power. That shift alone triggered their downfall. Growth became its own form of retaliation, without you forming a single plan. And that kind of unintended consequence is the worst for someone who thrives on control. They're looking around now, trying to find someone to blame, because accountability is a language they refuse to learn. But the math is simple. Everything happening to them is a seed they planted. Their unhappiness isn't karma, it's cause and effect. Their isolation isn't punishment, it's exposure. Their regret isn't a curse, it's clarity, and the part they can't swallow. You don't care, not in anger, not in bitterness, just in neutrality. That neutrality is louder than any fight. It tells them the chapter is over. It tells them nothing they say matters. It tells them they don't get another chance to manipulate the situation. That neutrality is the verdict. You walked away from their narrative, and now they're left standing in the mess they created. And now that they're standing alone in that wreck, every choice they made is hitting them in ways they never planned for. Not because life is unfair, but because they built their comfort on false confidence. They thought they had unlimited access to your patience. They thought you'd keep explaining yourself forever. They assumed you would always meet them halfway, even when they never took a single step in your direction. That entitlement is breaking apart piece by piece. What's hitting them hardest isn't the loss of the connection. It's the realization that you were the only person who ever treated them with genuine intention. Everyone else around them operates from convenience or ego. You were the one with depth. You were the one with loyalty. You were the one who tried to help them grow instead of feeding their illusions. Now they're surrounded by people who only show up when there's something to take. They feel that contrast every day. Your absence has become a mirror they can't escape. Every flaw they ignored is reflected back at them. Every insecurity they hid is showing up in their behavior. Every lie they told themselves is unraveling. They're finally recognizing that the traits they mocked in you were qualities they wished they had. Not the softness, but the strength beneath it, the stability, the clarity, the inner structure that kept you from falling apart when they expected you to. There's someone who keeps replaying old conversations, trying to find the moment things shifted. They're digging through memories, searching for a sign they missed. They want to pinpoint the exact day your tolerance ended. But the truth is, your decision wasn't sudden. You gave them more chances than they deserved. You offered more understanding than they earned. You put up with behaviors that should have disqualified them instantly. When your limit finally hit, it wasn't anger, it was exhaustion. And exhaustion changes everything. Exhaustion shuts doors that will never reopen. Exhaustion kills compassion for people who abused it. Exhaustion turns disappointment into indifference. That's what they're dealing with now. Your indifference. It's colder than any threat. It's sharper than any comeback. People can fight anger. They don't know how to fight indifference. Indifference means they lost access they thought they'd always have. Now they're trying to rewrite the story to protect their pride. They're acting like you switched up out of nowhere. They're telling others you changed. They're pretending you became distant for no reason. But everyone watching can see the truth. The shift wasn't randomness, it was overdue. You simply stopped carrying a bond you were the only one maintaining. Connections die when the weight becomes one-sided. You dropped the weight, and it fell back on the person who was pretending it didn't exist. That collapse is what they're dealing with now. It's not punishment. It's the natural result of imbalance. They wanted control more than they wanted connection. They wanted dominance more than they wanted understanding. They wanted to feel superior, even if it meant sabotaging everything good. Now that the dynamic they relied on is gone, they're scrambling to stabilize themselves. But the balance they borrowed from you is no longer available. What makes this moment iconic is how effortless your transition looks from the outside. People see you moving smoother, speaking clearer, thinking sharper. You're making choices without hesitation. You're stepping into spaces you once held back from your aligning with opportunities that match your growth. All of it is unfolding naturally, and that natural change exposes how much they restricted you. Someone who used to walk around with a smug attitude is now quiet. The arrogance they carried turned into discomfort. Their mask is slipping. They don't know how to present themselves anymore. When the person they underestimated overtakes them without trying, it bruises an ego beyond repair. Their pride is melting in real time. Their reactions are showing everything: the forced indifference, the awkward silence, the tension in their tone, the way they avoid eye contact. The shift is obvious to everyone. They're not confident, they're cracked. And the cracks appeared the moment you stopped feeding the version of themselves they pretended to be. Their internal collapse isn't loud, but it's permanent. They're losing the pieces of identity they built around having you available. The structure of their personality relied on having someone to push down so they could feel elevated. Without you in that position, their image has nothing to stand on. It's like a prop set with no foundation behind it. Someone close to them is noticing the change, too. The slip-ups, the inconsistency, the bitterness, the insecurity bleeding through conversations. People around them can sense something's off. They don't know the details, but they can see the weight of regret dragging behind this person like a shadow. Meanwhile, your energy is expanding. You're stepping into spaces that allow you to grow instead of shrink. Your ideas hitting harder, your presence landing differently. People are picking up on your confidence without you having to say a word. Your elevation is speaking for itself, and that's what's driving the final nail into the coffin. For anyone who underestimated you, they can't argue with results. You didn't ask for this shift. You didn't force it. You simply followed the direction your life was naturally moving toward, and that movement revealed who wasn't meant to stand beside you. The higher you climb, the more obvious the dead weight becomes. You didn't push them off your path. They fell off because they couldn't keep up. There's a certain discomfort they feel now, anytime your name comes up, even indirectly. It's the discomfort of knowing they played themselves. It's the discomfort of realizing they treated the right person the wrong way. It's the discomfort of watching someone they underestimated move into a league they can't enter. They convinced themselves you needed them. Now the truth is, smacking them in the face, they needed you. You made them relevant. You made them grounded. You made them feel bigger than they were. Without your presence reflecting something positive back at them, they're forced to confront the emptiness they tried to hide. And that emptiness is loud now. It's controlling their reactions. It's shaping their behavior. It's poisoning their self-image. They don't want to admit it, but they lost more than a connection. They lost a stabilizer. You were the anchor, and without you, they drift. The more you grow, the more they shrink. The more you flourish, the more they fold. The more you evolve, the more they unravel. The separation is widening by the day, and it's not stopping. You're stepping into your next chapter, and they're stuck rereading the last one. Everything they tried to prevent is happening anyway. Everything they wanted to stop is speeding up. Everything they hoped would fail is thriving. That's the consequence they earned, the consequence they never thought they'd face. They crossed the wrong person, they realizing it too late. and they're living with that regret every single day.